Gentlemen, what's good? I am so frustrated right now because I was just going off on an amazing video and I realized I wasn't recording. I was like 7 minutes in and I had some really good points. This video is about why Michael Jordan is a GOAT. I'm going to talk to you about 2 points. One is the obvious statistics. The other one's going to be a point that I promise you haven't thought of. You're going to say, Frank, stop the cap. This is nonsense. What are you talking about? But Michael Jordan obviously is the greatest player of all time in basketball because stats don't lie. 4 times. Oh, jeez. Is that doing that? Okay, 4 times. Does that do that if I do that? All right. 4 times Michael Jordan won the MVP of the league. He was the scoring champion. He was all defensive team, and he was the champion of the league. And he won the Finals MVP. He won the Finals, and he won the Finals MVP. Every time Michael Jordan was in the Finals, he won, and he won Finals MVP. Okay, simple as that. That's an obvious statistic that nobody else in the NBA has ever come across. There's only been 4 people to do that. Only 4 times. I'm sorry. That's only happened 4 times in the NBA, and Michael Jordan was all 4 of those. Hands down. My second point, and this is really where it's going to be like, you're going to be like, yo, Frank, stop the cap. What's the deal? Here, let me, I got to take this off here. If we look at this, okay. If I Google search pictures of Michael Jordan and LeBron James' parents, look at what comes up. You don't see anything with LeBron James and his parents. You see Michael Jordan, his mom, and his dad. Now, if you listen to that movie, Air Jordan, or whatever it was, Air, that came out with Ben Stiller's best friend, Matt Damon, they're going to say that mom was the most dominant figure in the household because that's the popular thing to say nowadays. But the fact of the matter is Michael Jordan had an amazing relationship with his father and respected and loved his father. That's why he retired and played baseball. All right, Michael Jordan had a frame of reference at the home that helped him learn to be his own mental point of origin and his own leadership, okay? If you scroll down, look at this. Really sad. What do you see? Right here. LeBron James' dad revealed by Gloria James after decades. Supposedly his dad. After decades. That's a pretty sad thing. Okay, I'm going to put this back. I think that's a pretty sad reality, and I think that's the reason why Michael Jordan is the GOAT, because of his upbringing. I mean, he knows how to be his own mental point of origin. He has a frame of reference that's masculine. If you think about it, as a man, in your household, you're to be the leader, right? Your wife is to enter in your frame. Your children are to respect you as the king. You don't need to go anywhere because you're in your kingdom. You're in your household. So Michael Jordan, in order to be the GOAT, he had this frame of reference where, as his own mental point of origin, right? It was like, you're gonna come join me. I'm gonna be the king of this team. You're gonna come join me, and we're gonna win together. Okay, I'm the head of the household. I don't need to go anywhere. Where LeBron James, growing up in a household without a father, what did he do? He had to constantly leave to go find male leadership, male examples, right? And I think that's one of the reasons why he left so many teams and has to build super teams, is because he didn't have a father to teach him that, that as the man of the household, people enter into your frame, people enter into your world. And that you, as the leader, are supposed to get them through all the adversary, all the stuff that was difficult. You, as the leader, get them through that. All right. And think about that, okay, just think about that. You're gonna say, you know what, Frank, you're crazy, whatever. I really do believe that's the difference between being the GOAT. Now, LeBron James had every physical attribute possible to be the greatest basketball player of all time. He still does. Look at him. He's in his 40s now, and he's still doing amazing. Whether he was on or off steroids, that's a whole nother thing. I'm not going to get into that debate. But, I mean, look at the guy. He's a physical monster. He's a freak of nature. He's 3 inches taller than Michael Jordan, right? I mean, he can he can dominate. He can play multiple positions. So can Michael Jordan, by the way. But you know, Michael Jordan never. There's videos of Jerry Krause out there where he would say, excuse me, he'd be like, listen, you know, because Jerry Krause was the GM of the Bulls, and him and Michael Jordan never had the best relationship. But one of the things he says, you could look this up. He goes, I'm really great. He goes, one of the things I respect about Mike is he never demanded to bring in somebody else, never asked for a trade. He just won with what he had. And that's what men, leaders in their household do. And you learn that as a man from your dad. You make do with what you have. You get through the adversity. You get through the challenges. Think about Michael Jordan. He's called Air Jordan. He would go up to dunk the ball, and he obviously almost looked like he was gliding. Well, one of the reasons why Michael Jordan would he kind of created this whole idea of like he'd go up for the dunk, but then he'd come down, he'd double pump, this and that. The reason why Michael did that was it was a protective factor. In the NBA in the 80s, you were considered disrespectful. So while he was in the air, dudes would literally take him out. Literally throw his ass to the ground. So what he did was he pivoted. He figured out, literally while he was in the middle of the air, figured out how to maneuver his body in a way to make it so that the ball would go in after taking a hit. He didn't cry about shit. He figured out how to fix it. That's what men of the households do. And that's what you learn from your father. Okay? When things happen to you, you learn to pivot, even if you're in the middle of the air. Even if you're in the middle of the air. So, I that's kind of my point. I want you guys to sit on that for a little bit. I think that's one of the main reasons. One of the reasons why LeBron never really stood a chance, even though he had all the physical attributes, he had all the support, he has all the media, was that lack of father in his house, in his presence, that never gave him that mental strength. And Michael Jordan had it. I mean, hell, look at Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, in my opinion, is the second greatest player of all time, and I hated Kobe Bryant. I hated him up until his 5th championship, and the feeling went from hatred to pure respect. And quite honestly, as a man, that's all that matters. It doesn't really, who gives a shit if people like you? LeBron is so fixated with people liking him that it ended up turning around and people ended up hating him. It's a really sad situation. But Kobe had his mom and dad, right? Whether, you could argue whether they had a good marriage or not, blah, 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 blah. He had mom and dad. Yeah. Jordan, mom and dad. LeBron didn't. So I kind of feel for LeBron. I think LeBron had every potential in the world. I think physically, one of the greatest ever. A true phenomenon. It's been a pleasure watching him for 2 decades. I've enjoyed it. I thank him. I don't hate him. I think that it's the media that perpetrates this stuff, makes it ridiculous. They're all coat riding him, all making money off of him. And, so that's it. Yeah, I'm done, and appreciate you watching this video. All right, till the next time. Later.